Hello everyone, I'm Jeneline Amajano and welcome to my YouTube channel. And for today's video, I will discuss the arithmetic sequence of grade 10 mathematics. But before we start the discussion, let's define first the learning objectives. So at the end of the lesson, the students may be able to define an arithmetic sequence and then illustrate an arithmetic sequence. So now let's define first what is arithmetic sequence. So arithmetic sequence is a sequence of number whose the difference between consecutive term is the same. Also, arithmetic sequence is a sequence in which term after the first is formed by adding a fixed number to the preceding term. So if the third term subtract to the second term, and then the second term subtract to the first term, the result is the same. And then if we find the fourth term, we will just add the common difference between the first term and the second term, and also the second term and to the third term. To solve the arithmetic sequence easier, we will use the formula of arithmetic. AN is equals to A1 plus open parenthesis n minus 1 close parenthesis D. So A1 means the first term, and then the n means the number of term, and then the D means common difference. So now we will have three examples of arithmetic sequence. First example is -4, 3, 10, 17, so on and so forth. And then our second example is 4, 7, 10, 13, so on and so forth. And then the last example, which is 33, 38, 43, 48, and so on and so forth. So now we will solve our examples. So in example number 1, we have the first term, which is -4, and then we need to find out the fifth term. So our n is equals to 5, and the common difference between second term minus the first term is equals to 7. So now we will plot the given that we collected in the formula, which is AN is equals to A1 plus open parenthesis n minus 1 close parenthesis D. So equals -4 plus 5 minus 1 times 7. So to solve this, we need to use the PEMDAS, which is parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we will solve first the parenthesis, which is 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. So now the result will be -4 plus 4 times 7. Then next, we don't have exponent, so we will proceed to multiplication. So 4 times 7 is equals to 28. So the result will be -4 plus 28. So the last is addition. So -4 plus 28, we know that if -4, if unlike sign, so we will subtract and copy the sign of the bigger number. So -4 plus 28 is equals to positive 24. And then next, we will proceed to example number 2. So A1, which is the first term, is equals to 4. And then the same, we will need to find out the fifth term. So n is equals to 5. And then the common difference between the second term minus the first term is equals to 3. So we will plot again into our formula. So the result will be 4 plus 5 minus 1 times 3. So 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. So the result will be 4 plus 4 times 3. So now, we will proceed to multiplication. So 4 times 3 is equals to 12. So 4 plus 12 is equals to 16. So the fifth term in the example number 2 is 16. So in the last example, so we have our first term which is equals to 33. And then find out the fifth term. So n is equals to 5. And the common difference between the second term and the first term in the third example is 5. So now we will plot to the formula. So the result will be 33 plus 5 minus 1 times 5. So again, we will solve first in the parentheses. So 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. So the result will be 33 plus 4 times 5. And then next is the multiplication. So 4 times 5 is equals to 20. So the result will be 33 plus 20. So we will add the 33 plus 20. It is equals to 53. So the fifth term in the example number 3 is 53. So now for our activity, we will find the common difference and the next 3 terms of each arithmetic sequence using the arithmetic formula. So, in number 1, we have 24, 14, 4, and so on and so forth. And then in number 2, we have 6, 10, 14, and then we will find out the fourth term, fifth term, and the sixth term. And then in number 3, we will have negative 7, 4, 15, and then we will find out again the fourth term, fifth term, and the sixth term. In number 4, we have 21, 15, 9, and then find out the next term, which is the fourth term, fifth term, and the sixth term. And then last number, we have negative 8, negative 6, negative 4, and then we will find out the fourth term, fifth term, and the sixth term. So, to find out those terms that are missing, we will use the formula, which is an is equals to a1 plus, open parentheses, n minus 1 close parentheses d. So now, after we will solve those activity, we will have our homework, of course. Diba? To know if you already know the arithmetic sequence. So now we will have 2 items in our homework. So first item is to find the 10th term of the sequence 100, 98, 96, 94, and so on and so forth, and then find the 10th term. And then in the second item, we have to need to find out the 8th term of the sequence 23, 18, 13, 8, and then find out the 8th term. And then that's all, and thank you. God bless you always.